Welcome to Plot 27. The story begins with a deadly underground tournament that brings together the most skilled killers from around the world, the last gunfight. All participants must find special symbols throughout the competition, and the winner will receive a grand prize of $25 million. The tournament is hosted by Anton Skoll. Nathaniel Turner is with his two grandchildren, Samantha and Will. He says they could make a lot of money from the tournament, but Sam disagrees. Will wants to join the tournament because he wants to be like his sister. 25 years ago, Turner secretly stole Skoll's money, but Skoll never knew his identity. Because Will insists on joining the tournament, Sam's boyfriend Steve asks him to always stay alert. Turner arrives at the competition headquarters with his nephew, Peter. Before the tournament begins, wealthy businessmen choose their favorite participants and place their bets. After all bets are placed, the last gunfight begins. One of the favorites in the tournament is the Reverend. Will saves one of the participants, the monk. When Will gives him a weapon, the monk decides to withdraw from the tournament and asks Will to defeat Jameson Corgan. Shortly afterward, the Reverend kills the injured monk. Corgan runs while following the symbols, but he has not yet won the tournament because Will suddenly appears and attacks him. However, Skoll cunningly disables Will's weapon. Corgan then easily kills Will, and Turner can only stand in silence as he watches his grandson die. 1 year later, Turner and the others gather again, planning to avenge Will's death. Sam and Steve have broken up, and soon after, Turner's wife Trudy joins them. Turner shows them a photo of a man who will help them, Jimmy, Will's friend. Sam is a former Special Forces operative, while Steve is an elite corporate mercenary. Trudy turns out to be a former spy, and she will also take part in the mission. Turner says Jimmy is deep in debt, and they will help him become this year's tournament champion. The tournament participants gather again for this year's The Last Gunfight. A participant named Lauren is surprised to see Trudy competing as well. Ella, Skoll's right-hand woman, reports that Will's sister has just entered the competition together with Trudy. Skoll turns out to recognize Trudy as the intruder, and he also knows that Trudy is Sam and Will's grandmother. All participants attend a banquet before the competition. Trudy and Sam meet Corgan, and Corgan realizes that Sam is Will's sister. Lauren is with Timothy, who turns out to be a student of the monk who was killed by the Reverend. Soon after, Ella asks all participants to sign liability waivers. Steve is with Jimmy, who looks nerdy, and tells him to leave while he still can. But Jimmy says he desperately needs the money to pay off his debts. Sam is still angry because Steve did not stop Will back then. Steve explains that he couldn't stop Will because Will had already made his decision, but Sam refuses to accept that explanation and comes there to kill Corgan. Ella informs Skoll that Steve and Sam are arguing, and Skoll storing his weapon controller in a safe. Skoll is secretly monitoring all the participants, including Steve and Jimmy. He orders Ella to set Jimmy's odds at 100-1. Turner and Peter go undercover again, influencing Debbie and her friend to bet on Jimmy. Shortly after, Celine and her lover Vlad join them. Carl says that Vlad is extremely wealthy, with money 100 times greater than his and Skoll's. Turner then speaks with Vlad and successfully gains his favor. The tournament participants are announced. They include Samantha Griffin, Jameson Corgan, Ryan Winters, the Reverend, Steve McCabe, Timothy and Lauren Stiles, Trudy the Intruder, and the kid Jimmy. Ella then announces the competition rules, and for the first time, the action will take place outside the building. With the help of local law enforcement, the area that will become the arena has been evacuated. If any civilians remain, they may be attacked, but participants will not earn points. The participants will start without weapons, but various weapons have been scattered throughout the arena. As in previous rules, they must find and follow symbols to earn points. Minor injuries are worth 10 points, more serious injuries 50 points, and kills 100 points. The participants are taken to their starting positions and are not allowed to leave the circle before the start signal. One participant attempts a false start, but a sniper shoots him. The last gunfight begins. The participants immediately search for weapons scattered around the arena. While the others are busy looking for weapons, Trudy instead enters a locked building. Jimmy finds a wooden plank to use as a weapon, but Steve suddenly attacks him. Seeing this, Celine bets that Jimmy will fail in the first round. Steve plans to injure Jimmy so he will be eliminated for being unable to continue, but he suddenly changes his mind. Steve then finds a weapon and tells Jimmy to stay close to him. Turner accepts Celine's bet and successfully persuades Vlad to allow it. Trudy manages to take down a gang member, while Corgan and the Reverend brutally eliminate their opponents. Timothy uses his glasses to locate symbols, but the Reverend suddenly attacks him. Steve and the others try to hold the Reverend back so Jimmy can reach the symbol. Jimmy finally reaches the symbol and advances to the next round. Vlad is impressed that Turner's prediction was correct, but Turner only asks him to buy a bottle of drinks. Ella informs Skoll that Turner has placed a $10 million bet on Jimmy. Hearing this, Skoll orders Jimmy's winning odds to be adjusted to match the bet amount because he doubts Jimmy's abilities. Trudy mocks Ryan for losing to a girl. An enraged Ryan suddenly grabs a grenade from a crew member and throws it at the car where Trudy is hiding, but a sniper shoots him for breaking the rules, killing a participant during the intermission. Sam cries because her grandmother has died. Meanwhile, Ella reports that Timothy cheated by using external technology, and he is executed as punishment. Ella is puzzled because Skoll keeps pushing Turner to continue betting, worried that he could lose everything if Jimmy wins the tournament. The participants prepare for the next round, the blade round. After choosing their blades, they begin to fight. Steve beats one of the participants, and Jimmy is tasked with finishing him off. Skoll finally discovers Turner's real name, Nathaniel Turner the con man, the man who once stole his money. Turner is shocked to learn that Peter has betrayed him. Turner challenges Skoll to a $100 million bet on Jimmy's victory, and Vlad is also interested. Not wanting to be underestimated, Skoll accepts the challenge. Ella warns that Skoll does not have that much money, but Skoll says the house never loses. All participants gather in the armory. Steve tells Jimmy not to participate in the final round and to find a place to hide. The last gunfight resumes, the participants are brought together, and they begin shooting at each other. Sam manages to wound Corgan, while Jimmy hides behind a car. Skoll disables Jimmy's weapon as he is about to shoot the Reverend, but the controller turns out not to be working. Jimmy then hands the Reverend over to Lauren so she can avenge her teacher's death. Steve and Sam are amazed that Jimmy, who once seemed like a nerdy guy, actually has amazing combat skills. Corgan is about to take the symbol, but Jimmy appears. Sam says that Jimmy will not kill Corgan, but then she changes her mind and tells Jimmy to take the symbol immediately. Seeing Corgan about to shoot Jimmy, Steve kills Corgan. With less than 5 minutes remaining, Ella announces that the kid Jimmy is this year's winner. Seeing this, Skoll tries to escape after losing the bet. Lauren successfully avenges her teacher, while Sam and Steve finally reconcile. They are both shocked to discover that Trudy is still alive. It turns out that Jimmy is Will's trainee, and Will was also a Special Forces operative. They met while Will was on duty, and Will trained him there. Turner explains that everyone had a role to play. Steve protected Sam and Jimmy at great personal risk. Sam was there to avenge her brother's death and keep Skoll distracted from Jimmy until it was too late. Trudy staged her own death so she could infiltrate and replace Skoll's weapon controller, and Peter only pretended to betray Turner to ensure their plan succeeded. Turner says that in his game, he deliberately made Skoll arrogant with Peter's help, the traitor. They are all shocked to learn that Ella was also part of the plan, as she turns out to be Will's girlfriend. When Turner offered her revenge, Ella approached Skoll and gained his trust. They all then celebrate the victory for Will the best. Meanwhile, Skoll is unable to escape because Vlad is waiting for him. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for the next movie recap.